Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Manhood. It's Thursday today. 26. We're coming up to the end of the month. I'm trying to pull open everything here. This is something where we get together every single day and we go through a chapter or two of the Bible, and we attempt to play Elden Ring at the same time. It's a nice little challenge. And 1 second here, setting up something. All right. Do that. Okay. Today, we're picking up where we left off yesterday. We also are starting to use these new blades, which I'm excited about. It's going to be good. We're picking up where we left off. We were going through 15 through 17. We got through 15, so Eliphaz was talking. We're going to go 16 to 17 to see Job's response there. And so, yeah, happy to have you here. Before we get into that, though, we're going to go through real quick introduction piece here. Just to catch us up, Eliphaz just came back, no longer gentle at all, but basically tells Job, you're not just wrong, but you're wicked. You're an evil dude. And Joe's about to respond in a way that's both heartbreaking and powerful. He's going to call his friends miserable comforters, describes God as attacking him, and yet in the middle of all that, he says that even now he believes he has a witness in heaven. And so looking forward to that. Before we get into it, though, we're going to go through what we are grateful for today, as well as daily proverbs, and we're going to go and see what happens when I attempt to kill this bird with these new blades that I've got. It works. It will kill them, so that's good news. This one's stuck. Nice, we did it. All right, great work. All right, the proverb of the day is from Proverbs 10. It's in verse 16. It says, the wage of the righteous leads to life. Oh, hello. He's going to attack me real quick. Let's see what this does. That's cool. It doesn't really do much poise damage. That's going to be the only issue. It's going to be rough. All right. Proverbs 10, verse 16. The wage of the righteous leads to life. The gain of the wicked to sin. What stood out to me about this, so the gain of the righteous leading to life, that makes sense to me. It's like, hey, this is what leads to true life, including everlasting life, right? There's a few elements there, a few focus points. But the gain of the wicked to sin, and then we see elsewhere in the Bible that it says the wages of sin, right? So the gain of the wicked, or the wage of the wicked, is sin. The wage of sin is death. So it's this perfect counter positioning of the wage of the righteous is life. The wage of the wow, that I am not rolling well. Hold on. Don't know how I survived that. Oh, I'm not going to apparently. Oh, hello. Okay, sorry. Wage of the righteous is life, and essentially what it's saying is the wage of the wicked is death, which I thought was an interesting counterposition. Okay, what is the right but? Oh, it's just guards. Okay. I'm not used to these weapons. Okay, gratitude for the day. 3 things we're grateful for. First, it's been extremely warm weather, and I'm mostly grateful for that. It doesn't help with my job as much. Beeman. Hey, Beeman, we're just reading the Bible together, man. If you don't agree, you can swipe on. Find something that you want to be a part of. Just Rob, thanks for following, man. I appreciate it. Oh, that was a mistake. I like these ones. These are good. These are good. Thanks, Just Rob. He does bless me. That's what we're talking about right now, is what we're grateful for. I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, I'm stuck. Let's get back up there. Need quite a few souls for these guys. Sorry, warm weather. Not as good for work because when it's warm, people don't turn on their heating and air stuff. Manuel, here's what I know. What? Hold on 1 second. I'm going to be distracted for a second here. Got him. Okay. Austin, thank you for sharing. Beckett, thanks for following, man. I appreciate it. Man, well, to honestly answer your question, man, what I will say, Manuel, honestly, to answer your question, man, I apologize for mispronouncing it. I'm on PC. One Godson 2. Welcome in. What I do know is what the Bible says, that Jesus said, no one comes to the Father except through me. So in that way, Christianity would be exclusionary, right? And I would follow what that says. Oh, this guy's going to try to lead me to death. By the Father, meaning God. Revered Spirit Ash. Okay. I'm also thankful for, we had a couple of free nights with the family recently. Super grateful for that. It's been a blessing just to be able to be us for a little bit. Ooh. Let's try this. Oh my goodness, I did not know I did that. Okay, well, we'll go back around. We'll wrap back around. So I'm enjoying that. And then I really enjoy sleep. I really do. Dylan, you seem to be living the dream, man. Every single morning. It's fun. Having a good time. This also just helps me to, it's probably not the most focused attention, but it helps me to just stay in the Word, which is good. And actually read it deeply. Because I'll read, and sometimes I struggle to like consume it. But man, when you read to teach, right? Like when you read to actually like explain something or break it down. Miss V, thank you for following. I don't know. It's a lot easier for me to like really focus in and see what's going on. Okay, it's recap time. I got like a little bit of a wheeze going on. Second here. Okay, would be good. So up to chapter, like up through where we're at today, the book of Job, for any of you that are not aware, the story moves from tragedy into like a deep emotional debate about suffering, justice, and God. We're introduced to Job, a man who is blameless and upright. That's how the Bible characterizes him, not just me. He's got wealth, a large family, strong relationship with God, but behind the scenes, there's a challenge raised, and the challenge is raised up in heaven, and it is... Hold on. I'm going to... There we go. We're good. So the accuser comes before God, and God says, hey, have you considered Job? Right? So Job. God offers him up and says, hey, you're willing, I'll let you test him. Oh, hello. Hold on. Man. Okay, well, he's gone. Don't die. Can he fly back up here? Assuming not. All right, so God allows Job to be tested, and the challenge kind of raises like, does Job love God for who he is, or just because he's blessed? And in chapter 1, Job loses everything: his wealth, his servants, even his children die. It's devastating. And then in chapter 2, his health is taken, and he's left in physical agony. Who are you? All right, we're good. Left in physical agony, but still Job does not curse God. In fact, he kind of responds in... Does he have another thing in him? Does he drop... Oh, okay, just a firefly. Can we get back here? No. All right, so after sitting in silence, his friends come in. They sit with him. Job finally speaks. It's raw. He curses the day that he was born, right? Key call out, does not curse God. Curses the day that he was born. And ask why life... Oh, man, hold on. Asks why life is given to someone who's just going to live in suffering. Oh, okay. Oh, my goodness. I'm not a fan of these guys at all. All right. All right, we're going to have to try again. Sorry, guys. We're a little off right now. All right, then his friends begin to respond. So we have Eliphaz, we have Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite. Mattathias? God's watching. Repent, for the Lord Christ is coming soon. Redemption for all who want it. That's what we're here reading about, man. Have a blessed day, you too. Welcome in. All right, so all three of them, they argue essentially the same idea. God is just, so suffering must be the result of sin. You must have sinned, Job. And right, and we see that kind of the progression of they start from being kind of soft, right? So they're trying to be careful and be genuine and make sure that he still feels loved. And then they get harsher and harsher as each one of them speaks. Right, but Job pushes back. At chapter 6 through 9, he defends his pain, calls out his friends, and wrestles with the deeper question. If God is perfectly just and powerful, how could any human stand before him and be declared innocent? This is where we get the introduction for the longing for like a mediator, someone to come between us and God, to be an advocate for us, because we can't do it ourselves. And that is where the concept of the need for Jesus Christ comes in. Nice. Oh, I thought he just dropped off that thing. Does he ever land? Nope. Wrapping around. Hold on. All right, and then chapters 10 to 12, Job turns directly to God and starts questioning if he was created just to suffer, challenging his friends for their oversimplified understanding of who God is. And he points out that in the real world, there are the righteous who suffer and there are wicked who can prosper, right? So there's this opposing thing that does happen where we see wicked people who do prosper and righteous people suffering. So this can't be as simple as we're laying it out to be. And then chapters 13 to 14, Job becomes even more bold, and he says, though he slay me, yet I will hope in him, showing that his faith is still intact, even as he wrestles with what's going on in his life. Welcome, Luke Kid. And he begins asking one of the biggest questions in the entire book. If someone dies, is there hope beyond this life? All right, so we're going into chapter 16. Merce Medic, how do you forgive God when you work in the ER and on an ambulance and you see all the evil God allows? Man, I will say, like, the context... Oh, hold on, he fell off. The root of like the Christian faith is that at the initial beginning... Oh, there he is. He comes up here. Hold on. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Adam and Eve were placed here to tend to the garden, or the earth as a whole. And Never, good morning, man. Welcome in. I'm happy you're here. And so he handed over authority of the earth to mankind. And we decided to abandon the path of God and take our own way. And in the process of doing that, we messed things up, right? We destroyed it. And so, and this is also a conversation about if we're talking about, hey, why does God allow all the evil in the world? It's like, man, if he got rid of the evil, you and I would be gone too. Like, all of us are imperfect. This is a lot of what Job talks about, is no one can be perfect before the Lord. If God is all perfect and we make any mistake at all, we're found in judgment and sight. And that's where the concept of Christ comes from. And so it's not about forgiving God, right? It's about the Bible. I started reading a comment. I apologize. Welcome in, insulting junkie. It's about the concept that mankind has given up their authority over this earth and even gone the way of evil. Emire, thank you for following. I appreciate it. And so that's led to a fallen world, right? We were supposed to own this and control it. We did a poor job. And now essentially we're in a state where we're going to see suffering and death because we've not followed. Man, there's a lot of delay in his attacks. Because we've not followed the way that we were supposed to, right? And so, hold on, I want to see if there's a grace over here. Nope. Okay, well, I tried to roll through that. Blake, thanks for following, man. Emire, thanks for following. Bull's mom, happy Thursday. Good morning. Welcome in. And so I think that's where the struggle comes in, right? And we see this even in the book of Job, where, like, man, there's suffering that God allows, and he allows for the enemy to do. And so it's like, if we're talking about, though, forgiving God, or we're taking the wrong perspective, because God can do whatever he wants. He's all powerful. He has all the authority in the world. And he owes me nothing. And that's the truth. That may be hard to like get on board with or agree with. And you may not be in a place to do that. But that is the reality is, man, like, most of this is our fault. Most of this is what we've done. And anything that God does want to allow, like, he has the total right and authority to do that. He's God. And I'm just a mobile piece of clay that he's decided to form into something for his glory. However I could be used for that, I want to be. All right, Job chapter 16. Job is about to respond to Eliphaz. Remember, Eliphaz came back super harsh, essentially said, you're flat out wicked and you need to repent or it's going to get way worse for you. And so now Job's answering. Job answered and said, I have heard many such things before, right? So Job's like, none of this is new, and you guys have already said it. Many such things. And he says, miserable comforters are you all. So not only are you tearing me down, but I came looking for somebody to build me up, somebody to bring me some sort of peace and comfort through all this. And all you guys do is bring pain. Shall windy words have an end? Remember, Eliphaz opened with that, right? We're not going to let you keep, like, this torrent of words, this wind. Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, hold on. I need to stop dying in this corner. We're going to run through. We're going to get through this area so we can go somewhere else. Or what provokes you that you answer? I also could speak as you do if you were in my place, right? And remember, like, we know he is blameless and upright. We know he's good. He's not in a place where he's done anything wrong. And he's saying, hey, if you guys were in my position, if this stuff was happening to you, I could say the exact same thing about you. Just presume your guilt, presume your sin, and you would have to agree with me. Jay Robs, thank you for following. I appreciate it. I could join words together against you and shake my head at you. Right? I was hoping you guys would come here and encourage me and uplift me, but what I see happening instead is that you just tear me apart, and you get your fulfillment out of your grand theology, out of your understanding of God and what he does. And yeah, you have all the elders behind you. You have all this experience behind you that teaches you what's right and what's wrong. And the reality is you're just wrong. You're not correct. Hold on. There we go. I could strengthen you with my mouth, and the solace on my lips would assuage your pain. Right? This is the opposing view. All right, we're running through here real quick. Everyone hold on. Do I exclusively use faith builds then? I mean, I happen to be running one. But I will say the faith in this game is not the faith of Jesus Christ. So it doesn't totally matter which build we're using. This is all an element of fiction, right? We're not actually believing in the theology of the story of Elden Ring. Oh man, he's got a lot of follow-up attacks. We're gonna run this way. Hold on. You better not use arcane. Well, that would definitely be occultish, but I think that the faith in this game is probably occultish as well. So I'd like to clarify that we do not believe in the gospel of Elden Ring. We believe in the gospel of Jesus Christ. And we're playing Elden Ring. It's a good story. I need to use these spirit ashes. All right. If I speak, my pain is not assuaged. And if I forbear, how much does it leave me? Oh, is it? Okay, cool. I didn't realize that. As long as you're the one telling us what's right, that's what we need to know, because I don't know the full story of this game. All right, we're good to go. And if I forbear, how much of it leaves me, right? So if I talk, if I open up, my pain doesn't leave me. If I stay silent, my pain doesn't leave me, right? It's either way, I'm still in pain. I'm still dealing with this. These are someone just asked, what are these? There's the backhand blade. They're in the DLC. We just got them. Surely now God has worn me out. He has made me desolate. He's made desolate all my company. Right? So even you guys coming here are just another form of desolation in my life. And he has shriveled me up, which is a witness against me, and my leanness has risen up against me. It testifies to my face. Right? I can't keep weight on. I'm losing all my weight. All of this is a testament to the fact that God must be against me. Right? He has torn me in his wrath and hated me. He has gnashed his teeth at me. My adversary sharpens his eyes against me. Men have gaped at me with their mouth. They have struck me insolently on the cheek. Hold on. We got it. It's amazing that it seems like the like black ghost guys are worth more than these birds are. Oh my goodness, I'm so done with this area. Let me just run through. Maybe not. I like these blades though. Alex, thanks for following, man. Welcome in. All right, we're running through. He's slow. What a combo stream. Thank you. All right. Men have gaped at me with the mouth. They struck me insolently on the cheek. They massed themselves together against me. God gives me up to the ungodly and casts me into the hands of the wicked. Which, right, that statement he might be using in the human sense, that's actually true, right? God has allowed Satan to test him. He has, in essence, cast him into the hands of the wicked. I was at ease, and he broke me apart. He seized me by the neck and dashed me to pieces. He set me up as his target. His archer surrounds me. He slashes open my kidneys and does not spare. He pours out my gall on the ground. He breaks me with breach upon breach and runs upon me like a warrior. I have sewed sackcloth upon my skin. I have laid my strength in the dust. My face is red with weeping, and my eyelids deep with darkness. Although there is no violence in my hand, and my prayer is pure. We're going to take a break. Hold on. We're going to see if I can parry this guy. Cannot parry that guy. Didn't do it. It didn't work out, guys. Did not work out. My face is red with weeping, and on my eyes is deep darkness. And though there is no violence in my hand, and my prayer is pure, O earth, cover not my blood, and let my cry find no resting place. Even now, behold, my witness is in heaven, and he who testifies for me is on high. So once again, we see this picture, this introductory picture of a mediator up in heaven, the need for somebody to come between us and God, and to give us, to like intercede for us, right? Job, even though he says, I know that I have done nothing wrong, still understands the need that it's like no one can be righteous before a truly righteous God. Erich says, I'm always getting yelled at work. I'm sorry, man. That would suck. I'm the boss now, so I always yell at people at work. That's a joke. I don't do that. Oh my goodness, hold on. Oh, guys, I am struggling today. Erich, let me know if you need us to pray for you. I'd be happy to. All right, so even now, behold, my witness is in heaven, and he who testifies for me is on high. My friends scorn me. My eyes pour out tears to God that he would argue the case of a man with God. A son of man does with his neighbor. Oh, as a son of man does with his neighbor. And so there's an interesting thing happening here. Dude, what I'd say, man, is like God made you who you are for a reason. You know, and I know this is coming from somebody who holds one of the two of the things you just talked about, but man, God's got a plan that's going to. My understanding is that God has a plan that only you're going to be able to fulfill based upon how He's made you, and so there's no change needed. Oh my goodness, I'm getting stuck. This game. Okay, all right. I'm getting a little frustrated. All right, so then he turns back and he says, "My friends are scorning me." Right. What's interesting to me is how quickly. So Eliphaz has just like torn him apart. Right, Alex. Thanks for following, man. Eliphaz has just gotten done, like in frustration, tearing Job apart. Right, being like, "Hey, you are wicked. You need to repent. The way that you're speaking is all coming from your sin," and Eliphaz is wrong. But the guys are now turning to a position of being frustrated or getting offended by how Job is responding to them, right? Feeling the need to defend God. No, thank you for following. Appreciate it. And so what's interesting to me is you see Job talks for just a moment back to Eliphaz, right? And he's frustrated, and rightly so. Like I would argue he's rightly frustrated. And he's like, "Hey, will this wind ever cease?" Like you're saying, I'm speaking in a wind, and I would argue that you are. But then he very, very quickly turns back to a lament that is more toward God, right? And that's a key call out in my mind, is that he does not focus on his friends for very long. He'll respond quickly, and then he seems to turn right back to God. I'm going to run this way. Let's see what happens. Come on, go down. Don't get hit. Don't get hit. Thank you. I don't know what that is. It scared me. All right. All right, my eyes pour out tears to God that he would argue the case of a man with God as a son of man does with his neighbor. For when a few years have come, I shall go the way from which I shall not return. I'm going to go back, right? I'm going to die, right? This is the end of my life is going to come, and I only have a few years left, and I wish someone would stand between me and God and bring about this thing. And then he goes on. We're going into Job 17 now, because he says, "My spirit is broken, my days are extinct. The graveyard is ready for me. My life is already near to its end. It's about to end." There we go. We got him. "Surely there are mockers about me, and my eye dwells on their provocation. Lay down a pledge for me with you. Who is there who will put up security for me? Who's going to stand between me and you? Hey, remember, the Lord is near to the brokenhearted." Sweet roll thief. Very, very true. I love it. Gojo, thank you for the heart, man. I so appreciate it. Welcome in. Welcome back. It's good to see you again. Hope I'm going to end up poisoned over here. All right, we got him out. Oh, is this poison on the ground? Mo, thank you so much. A friendship 3 friendship necklaces. Wow, I so appreciate it. Thanks for being here. That's huge. All right. So, lay down a pledge for me with you. Who is there that will put up security for me, since you have closed their hearts to understanding? Who's going to defend me? God. And he's speaking directly to God right now, right? Yeah, this is the DLC, Gojo. We're in it. We're in the Belurat settlement. And he's speaking to God about his friends. He's like, they won't stand before me, right? They won't, like, no one's going to put up security for me. Even my friends have turned against me. And there is truth to this, right? There's this element of not only am I suffering, but I have to suffer and then be misunderstood as I'm suffering, right? I'm suffering in the deepest way physically possible. And at the same time, my friends essentially tear me down while I'm suffering through all this. Since you have closed their hearts to understanding, therefore, you will not let them triumph, right? But still calling out to the authority of God. You've done all the DLC. Nice. The nice thing about, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, the benefit to Elden Ring is there's not, like when we're doing a combo. Okay, well, that makes sense. Yeah, perfect. When we're doing a combo like Bible study and gaming session, having a game without a ton of like narrative talk is actually pretty helpful because it's not like getting in the way of anything. So that's the benefit I see with Elden Ring is we can just keep playing and no one really talks in this game. I mean, it's very, very rare. They'll say like 2 sentences and then stop. And so stuff with a bunch of like narrative focus is just hard to play while you're talking through something. You can also pick your pace here, which I like. Because there's a lot of faster paced games. I don't think I can get up there, can I? Let's try. No. We're going to stop trying. All right. Therefore, you not let them triumph. You're not going to let my friends triumph against me because they're coming against me with this stuff. He who informs against his friends to get a share of their property, the eyes of his children will fail. He has made me a byword. How did he get in here? Did he fly over the... He was through that gate. They have cool smithing stones, though. They have very cool smithing stones. Bull, good morning. We're actually about to read the best part, so you just made it right in time. I'm happy you're here. Oh, my goodness. Please stop. Please. Oh, please. I just need... Well, we do need to turn left, though, this next time. We need to grab our runes, run the other way. Okay. He has made me a byword of the peoples, and I am one before whom men spit. My eye has grown dim from vexation, and all my members are like a shadow. The upright are appalled at this, and the innocent stirs himself up against the godless. Yet the righteous holds to his way. Right? I'm going to hold to the way that I'm going. Because, God, you've allowed me to be righteous. Mebster, thank you for liking it. I appreciate that. Yo! Welcome in. The righteous holds to his way, and he who has clean hands grows stronger and stronger. Right? And then he said, James Thomas, thanks for following. Oh, it's Maximus? Did you get, like, banned from the internet? Well, welcome, Maximus Mebster. Were you busy trolling other streams or something? Well, it's good to see you, dude. Happy you're here. Sorry I didn't recognize you with your, like, cool alias name. Hold on, we're running. We're trying not to get hit. Jump, run, move. There we go. A new one you're trying out. So I'm going to call you Mebster from now on. Are we good with that? We're running past this guy. We're not stopping. No one can make me stop. We're going to keep going. Oh, no. I'm going to go this way first. I'm going to die doing it. I almost just fell off that. That was close. Yet the righteous holds to his way, and he who has clean hands grows stronger and stronger. But you, come on again, all of you. He's talking to his friends again. And I shall not find a wise... Oh, no. No. Please, please, just let me go. Those are like probably my absolute least favorite enemies are those. I am not a fan. I'm going to at least touch this, so hopefully I get to survive. Oh, let me sit down. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. All right. You come on again, all of you, and I shall not find a wise man among you. My days are past and my plans are broken off. I don't think you guys get it. This is further than just discipline to reprove a man. God is absolutely destroying me, is essentially the statement he's making. And key call out, God is okay with this wrestling, right? He doesn't have an expectation that Job is going to perfectly respond, and he makes it clear. Cub, welcome back. He makes it clear. Oh, look. What's this? We get to fight a boss, apparently. It's good to have you, man. Welcome. All right, sorry. My days are past, my plans are broken off, the desires of my heart. They make night into day. The light, they say, is near to darkness. If I hope for Sheol as my house, if I make my bed in darkness, if I say to the pit, you are my father, and to the worm, my mother or my sister, where then is my hope? Who will see my hope? Will it go down to the bars of Sheol? Shall we descend together into the dust? So there's interestingly this kind of longing for death. And then also this question of like, who's going to mediate between me and God? And what does it look like at the end after all things once I've passed? Right? What does my reality look like? What appears at the end of all this stuff? What goes on at the end of life? And when we what goes on after all of it's done? And so Job is essentially yearning for the future exposure of Christ. And this is where it showcases Job's deep understanding of God's nature, right? Job understands that even God has a desire to bring a mediator between man and himself, right? Job understands the love that God has, and that's where like this tension and this wrestling comes in. Whereas these guys who are friends are like fairly binary with their understanding. See how this is not able to really work because I'm trying to talk while this is talking to. We're going to dance with this guy real quick. Let's dance with him. Oh, rolled a little early. Okay, well, he's a pretty good dancer. All right, we're good. Sorry, so Job understands the nature of God, right? And I was talking about his friends have this kind of binary focus, right? Well, if you're righteous, God will love you, and if you're wicked, God will be against you, and that's what it is. And yet Job has an understanding that's deeper, right? Job understands an element of God that these guys don't seem to have, which is like, okay, no one can be righteous before God, right? He understands the root of, okay, here we go, hold on. The root of the fact that it's like, you guys say righteous versus not righteous. I say there is no one who can actually hold a candle to who God is, right? Oh, we can't do any damage right now. Hold on. And I'm gonna die. I died. Didn't work. There's no one who can stand up to who God is. God is all perfect, all powerful. So it doesn't matter if you say that you're righteous, if you say that you're holy. The reality is you still need a mediator. The reality is none of us can be perfect. If we fail once, we've broken the entirety of the law, and there's nothing left. Right, so Job understands an element of who God is that seemingly even his friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, don't understand. They don't see, they don't understand, they don't know. And so he's got this perspective, and then he shifts to the longing for something greater, which is what unfolds as we see the rest of the Old Testament and the New Testament happen, which is that there is a mediator. There is someone to come between us and God to make us perfect for God, and to allow us an opportunity to look forward to something even better than just our days here on this earth, which is just huge. And this is where Job is showcasing his understanding, where Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar are just very, very binary. It's like, listen, are you holy or are you not holy? Because it's on you. Whichever it is, like, this is your fault. This is what you're doing. And the reality is God is good. He wouldn't do this if you weren't wrong. And Job is like, actually, no one is good. No, not one, right? That's what is that Paul that says that in the New Testament? All have sinned, all have gone away. And so I need something greater than myself to come between me and him. All right, hold on. Okay, I felt like I rolled through that. Okay, I've got to figure out timing on this. I need to watch it for a minute. Need to watch it. All right, let's see here. Probably at the closing point. Life application. Okay. Hold on here. I'm pulling up some notes real quick. It's interesting because a lot of the life application pieces are fairly consistent throughout, but it's like we're going deeper and deeper. That's what I've noticed about Joe up to this point. Is it's not that the actual content or context of like the learning changes. It's just that you go further and further into this thing. It's very interesting to read through in the context that I'm reading through now, because I've never studied Job in a way to like relate it to anybody before. So this is new for me. We're going to throw in a couple of these. Let's do it. Oh. I'm going to die. All right, we're good. Oh my goodness, we're not good. We're not good. Still doing it. Yeah, I don't understand the timing of this guy. You know that moment you come across needing 2 batteries for the first time in 2,038 days, and you have no idea if you even have any batteries? Do I know that point? Brother, I live with 5 kids, so we have almost the opposite problem. I find 2 batteries in random spots all over the house, and I have no idea whether the batteries work. That's my big issue. And then you have to figure out a way to try them and see if I should throw them away or not. But that's my fun. All right. One of the things that I think stands out to me, and I'm kind of combining the previous chapter that we read yesterday, because we were supposed to read this all together, and then just the internet kept going out. They're actually coming to look at my internet because they said there's something wrong with it, which I don't know if I believe or if they're just trying to make me feel better about the situation. Oh, here, we always forget to do this. There we go. Now we can help other people if we ever have the opportunity. Val, this guy is pretty hard. I'm about to turn it on, though, right here. Okay, well, that was a wasted heal. I'm going to roll out a little bit. Nope. All right, I think we need to spend some time figuring out the moveset. What I just realized, is this just like a grafted guy, like Godric is or whatever? Nope, he's spinning. He's spinning. Oh, I missed. Let's try this button. Ooh, that's cool. Ooh, here we go. Now I get to be under the earth. All right. Oh, biggest learning thing here though is, man, if someone is frustrating, I'm being invited to co-host. I think I'm good. Queen, thank you so much for the invite. We're just reading the word together. Ooh, is he actually poisoned? Nope, I'm gonna die. The problem is I start like panic rolling. Oh my goodness, man, this is insane. Okay, all right, well, that's fun. That's fun. All right, first off, whenever we're consoling somebody, I think what we're learning here is that we should not make any presumptions as to what is leading to where they are, right? And we often try to do this, right? We either try to console somebody by being like, man, and the reality is God does have a plan, but we'll say things that are just unhelpful in the moment, right? And we see that happening here with how Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar open up. Is they're being like, hey, it's really, really simple, man. You were a good man. All you need to do is turn back to God. Just stop doing the evil that you were doing. It's clear that either you, your kids, you and your kids sinned and caused this to happen. And so just repent. Just turn back to God. Right? And they're trying to essentially solve this pain in his life, and they're bringing about more. Right? They're bringing about more pain. And then they get offended with how he responds and what he says. And so they become incredibly agitated, right, and start to accuse, right, start to turn against him. And then for Job, right, it's like, hey, this understanding in the root of all his pain and like the depths of his pain and fear, it's like, hey, faith doesn't eliminate the emotional lows in my life, and we can still be low and still be faithful to God and still hold faith toward him. Right, and God has grace for Job even through this, and we're going to see him respond to Job here toward the end, and it's great. But the reality that like God is okay with us struggling. When people talk about their doubts and stuff, it's like, man, God's not fearful of your doubt. And I think a lot about what is it? The Roman soldier when he's like, he tells Jesus, "I believe, help me overcome my unbelief." That's a huge one. There we go. Did you guys see that roll? Oh no, I'm going to die. Delco Taro. Can you talk? Morning, Boba. Welcome. Can you talk about Genesis 19:30? Do you want to put it in the chat? I don't have that memorized. I keep pushing the left button because I'm used to the... You know, like the Uchi-katanas and stuff where you push the left button to double attack? Oh my goodness, man. It's like non-stop. Oh, he grabbed me. No way. Okay. I thought I rolled through that. Bull. Oh, no, that's on Twitch. Never mind. We're getting offered up cool stuff over on Twitch right now. This is where Bull was right. We need, like, moderators at some point. All right. Should we try getting helpers from real people? See how that goes? Tomorrow, I think we're doing 2 chapters. There's a lot of people over here. We're doing, I believe, 1819. So we're going to do, I think it's Bildad's response. Stick figure pamphlets. What does that mean? Stick figure pamphlets. All right, we got one. Hey. Just give him the old hey. That's all you need to do. It's the passage about Lot and his daughters. Probably not today. We'll probably go through Genesis at some point. We usually do an Old Testament, and then a New Testament, and then an Old Testament, and then a New Testament. And we haven't gone through Genesis yet. People on Twitch trying to sell artwork. I know. They're good at it, too. It's hard to resist their offerings when it seems like such good news. All right. Oh, man, hold on. Luxury stick figure drawings? Thanks, man. That's what we need. I think that should be the entire art direction of this channel. Let's roll. It's whenever we get to the lightning, that's where things start to fall apart for me. It's like so binary. Either you don't get hit or you get hit and die. Yeah, see that? I dodged that one. I'm going to poison my blade here real quick. Oh, I thought I had it. Okay. All right, well, okay. Please focus on somebody else for a second. Thank you. How did I not get hit there? Oh, no. You see how good of a dancer this guy is? Oh, no, we lost one. That's rough. You just break him down? Nice. Ouch. Stop, stop. I'm stuck in a corner. Please stop. Please, please. Okay, that didn't work out. That didn't work out. Oh, Delco, if that's your question, man, that's actually a good question. When you say the question was just brought up about the passage of Lot and his daughters, which if you don't know the story is kind of about like this really seemingly twisted moment in the Old Testament where Lot's daughters are essentially trying to have offspring, and so they get him drunk and sleep with him. And then he's like, I don't understand how that was Christian. It wasn't. Delco. That's the reality. There's a whole bunch in the Old Testament that's explaining a story that shows both the like deep despair and depravity of humankind and seemingly, I don't know, did I say the word seemingly? Sometimes I have like terrible vocal patterns that come out. It's like the amount of times I say it just happens all the time. They did never. Thank you for fixing that. I appreciate it. Anyway, so there's a whole bunch of stuff throughout the entirety of the Old Testament that is flat out not Christian. And believe it or not, in the Old Testament, Christ hadn't come yet, so no one would have called himself one either. But yeah, that is a rough story. But I will say that is actually it's a good call out, because there's worse stuff than that if we want to start diving into it, that points out the depravity of man, the need for someone to come intercede for us. Just add an H, breaks up the pattern. Is that what you do? Good morning, Bone Salt. Hope your day is great too, man. I'm going to have to make more of these things. See, what is happening there? There were so many guys right here earlier. Did they get frustrated and leave? That didn't work. Let's go try one more time. Sometimes it's sometimes it's us. How do you do what you're saying? Phonetically write it out for me, bull. Anyway, Delco, I just wanted to add that because I think it is a great call out that it's like, that's not Christian. It's like, man, there's so much stuff in there that's not Christian. Saul goes and consults a medium to call Samuel up from the grave. David takes another man's wife and then has him, there you go. And then has that man killed in battle. Judah goes and like sleeps with a prostitute that turns out to be, I can't remember who it is, like a sister or something. There's a whole bunch of stuff like that in there. Whip. Okay. We're working on it. We'll get better. I'm not as cool of a streamer as Never and Bull. You guys go check them out. They've got the filler words figured out here in the streaming world. We're still working on it. So, all right. I really wanted to get help from somebody else, but we're not going to. Here we go. Have you beat the game already? Yes. This is not my first time playing. Not my first time. But I really, really enjoy it. Trying to keep him in this poison cloud. Hey, he's poisoned. Okay, I got a little greedy there. I'm on my 4 to 5 rerun already. Well, you're probably way better than me. I really like the pace of the game. Man, I'm glad I did not get hit there. That was close. Okay. I feel like I'm struggling with the timing of this guy. Stream title for today. Yes. Yeah. You know what I also noticed is the other thing that I say a ton. So seemingly is one. The other thing that's very, very common is me saying, all right. I say that a ton. A whole bunch. What is that? It's like flame. Oh no. There's not much room to... I do too, Neptune. I will say, FromSoft is doing... what struck me is, I think it was 2011 when Dark Souls 1 came out. So they're doing a pretty good job at making them fairly regularly, which is good. Oh no, I'm going to end up dying just being stupid. Use rot on him. I need some more arcane to use like the rot breath thing. I could probably get a rot pot though. Is that what they're called? Is rot pots? Ooh, that hurts. I don't think he's been wind for me before. Oh, okay, I got to get him before he... We're good. I thought I did a good job that time. I did not do a good job. Oh no, he's still focused on me. Can you attack the other guy, please? All right. Nope, he's still attacking me. All right, we gotta get in there. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore you guys, but also I'm trying not to die because we're close enough that I do not want to have to do this again. Okay, well. How did I survive that? Okay, that ended that one. And Unknown Burger's over here trying to save me. Stay patient, bruh. And I was already just... I should have. You're right. I apologize. Triangle head looking mighty odd. Is that cone skull? On my head? I don't know. Triangle head. Oh, are you talking about my guy or me? I can't tell. Either way, I'll agree with you. That's fine. But hello, an Unknown Burger. Okay, Bull's mom makes you realize overall general view of the whole Old Testament is no matter how bad we are, God is able to use us in his amazing plan. Yes, and that humanity is a savior. That's exactly right. And that's what stands out in these chapters of Job as well, is it's the same deal. It's Job crying out being like, I need a mediator between me and God. And that's what I get as well. And this is the other thing. Demonic blood. Oh my goodness. Welcome, man. It's good to see you. It's been a while. Oh, I missed hold on one second. Got to call out. We have a follower. Karen Barron 001. Thanks for following. I appreciate it. No, it's all good, man. It's good to see you. I'm happy you're here. We're trying to beat the dancer real quick before I got to go to work. Hold on. I guess I could have done it right there. Let's see if anyone's here to help. I don't understand. This was full of people earlier. My build was a rot build too. It was crazy good. I had one at one point. Pandora Ghostly. It's unknown. I want to see what demonic blood. Oh, is it Goku? Nice. Okay, I don't have any help. They're not coming. No one's coming. We're taking that away. Can I use the rot breath? Here, let's go see. Hold on. I can't see. We got to run in here. All right. Here we go. We're going to beat him this time. No question. No one will know. Oh, my goodness, dude. Whoops. Nope. Hold on. All right, we're good. Ouch. Can somebody do some sort of damage on him? Nope, we're dead. That didn't work out at all. Did not work out at all. All right, let's see. What are we going into tomorrow? I think it's Bildad that comes back. Hold on. 18? Yeah, Bildad's about to tell Job off about how God punishes the wicked. That's what we're going to read tomorrow. So it's about to get real positive. Everything's going to turn around and be great. Everything. All right. Here we go. Let's do it. Problem is I don't have enough time to summon this guy and not get hit. Especially when he does like column of rock attack. I did figure out how to roll through that though. Keith, good morning. Welcome, man. Oh, I don't have my duel out. Oh, I thought it wasn't focused me. We got it. We got it off. Hold on. Hold on. We're going to die. We made it. I just heard a sound go off, and I don't know what it's for. But whatever it is, you guys are awesome. Thanks, Keith. Hold on. Don't die. Don't die. You guys attack? Need you guys to get some attacks in. There we go. We're good. Have a great day, Bull's mom. So happy you're here. We're back. We're to wind again. We're to wind. Oh, he's got him grabbed. All right. I think we can do it this round. I didn't know he would auto switch like that. Get in there. What was today's study? Keith, we went through 16 and 17 of Job. Okay, that was a mistake. So you get a little too into it. So it was Job's response to Eliphaz. Eliphaz got all accusatory. I think the key issue with those guys is they start getting offended by how Job responds. Because they feel like Job is acting like he knows more than they do, rather than actually trying to console him. Oh my goodness. All right, let me in there. Once again, I'm getting too into it. Take a second. So this is Joe's response, and he focuses a lot back on God. Good morning, Mrs. Bull. I'm happy to have you here. He focuses back toward God with a lot of his complaint, and then we see toward the end he starts talking again about the need for a mediator and the need and like what's going to happen after this side of eternity, right? Where are we headed? And so that's what we talked through today. And now we're at the point of closing out. I've got to go get ready for work. But I really appreciate all you guys being here. Dusty, I'm not a debate channel. If you don't want to believe, you don't have to, man. We're just here to read the Bible every day, so this probably wouldn't be the place for you to hang out, but you're welcome to. You're welcome to be here. We're here every single morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. It's 5:30 a.m. Mountain, my time. And we just go through a chapter or two of the Word. I really appreciate you being here, man. And kind of study it together while I attempt to terribly play Elden Ring. So with that, I hope you guys have such a good day. Keep Christ the center focus of your life. Stay in step with His Spirit. And we will be back here tomorrow, first thing at 7:30 a.m. We'll be going through a couple chapters. We'll go through Bildad's response, and then we will go through Job replying to him. And I think that's, because Zophar responds right after that. So we'll do 2 chapters, 18 and 19 tomorrow morning. So with that, hope you guys have an awesome day. We'll see you then. And be blessed. All right, I'm out.